He's a former SEAL who writes military thrillers featuring James Reece, a SEAL who becomes a one-man wrecking crew after his team is betrayed. The Terminal List series has sold millions of copies and become a hit show on Amazon Prime. Welcome back to Fireside Writer. I'm TJ Stecker, and today we're talking about Jack Carr. Here's what makes Carr different. He writes from lived experience. He's not researching what it's like to be a SEAL. He was one, and his authenticity bleeds through every page. Before we get into it, hit that like button and subscribe to Fireside Writer. Now let's dive in. I first picked up the Terminal List when someone told me, "You flew P-3s, right? You'll appreciate this." They were right. What struck me immediately was the level of detail. Not just about weapons and tactics, but about the military mindset, the way operators think, the way they process threats, the way they carry the weight of losing teammates. That's something you can't fake. You can research it, sure, but there's a difference between knowing what a drill looks like and understanding what it feels like to clear a room, knowing one mistake gets you killed. I flew anti-submarine warfare missions on the P-3 Orion. Different platform, different mission set, the same military culture. The same understanding that when things go wrong, people die. And when your team gets screwed up by the higher-ups playing politics, you remember it forever. That's what Carr captures. James Reece isn't just hunting down bad guys. He's dealing with betrayal, survivor's guilt, and a broken system that failed him and his men. And as a writer trying to bring authenticity to military conspiracy thrillers, Carr showed me what's possible when you write what you know. So here's how Carr does it. Start with a protagonist who's highly trained and deeply wronged and has nothing left to lose. Give him a list of people responsible, then let him work his way through that list with extreme prejudice. The Terminal List opens with Reece's SEAL team getting ambushed. Everyone dies except him. He survives, but he's not the same. Brain damage from repeated explosions, dead teammates, and slowly he starts to realize this wasn't just bad luck. Someone set them up. So he makes a list and he starts checking names off. It's a revenge thriller, pure and simple. But what makes it work is Carr's commitment to authenticity. The weapons are real, the tactics are real. The way Reece thinks through each hit is how a SEAL would actually do it. Carr doesn't skip the details. He gives you the gear, the training, and the mindset. And for readers who know that world, it lands. For readers who don't, it feels visceral and real. Here's a lesson. If you're writing in a world you know, military, law enforcement, legal, medical, learn the authenticity. Don't dumb it down. Don't skip the details that make it feel real. Your readers will either know the world and respect the accuracy, or they won't, but they'll trust you because you clearly do. Let me read you a passage from the Terminal List that shows what Carr does best. This is Reece reflecting on his dead teammates. They had trusted him. Every one of them had trusted him to bring them home, and he had failed. Failed as a husband, failed as a father, failed as a commander. The list was growing, the faces of the dead haunting him with every breath. That's the emotional weight Carr brings. Reece isn't just angry. He's carrying guilt. He's broken, and that makes his revenge mission more than just action. It becomes a form of penance. Here's another quote when Reece is prepping for a hit. He moved through the steps methodically, muscle memory taking over. Check the weapon, check the suppressor, check the load. No shortcuts. Not now, not ever. This is how operators think. The ritual of preparation, the discipline, the understanding that shortcuts get you killed. What I learned from Carr is this. Authenticity isn't just about getting the details right. It's about capturing the mindset, the way professionals in any field approach their work. When I write Jeff Coburn investigating his uncle's death, I draw on my experience as a naval officer and as an attorney. The way he processes information, the way he checks and double checks, the way he doesn't trust easy answers. That comes from my world. Carr taught me to lean into that, to trust that the specificity of lived experience is what makes fiction feel true. Let's talk about violence, because Carr writes violent books. People die in graphic ways and some readers can't handle that. But here's the thing, Carr's violence isn't gratuitous. It serves the character and the story. James Reece is a weapon. He was trained by the US government to kill people efficiently and without hesitation. When he's betrayed, that training doesn't go away. It just gets pointed in a different direction. The violence in Carr's books reflects that. It's brutal, it's methodical, and it's personal. Every kill matters because it's one step closer to justice. I think about this in my own writing. In Redacted, Jeff Coburn isn't a trained killer. He's a lawyer and a naval officer who flies reconnaissance missions. But when he gets drawn into a military conspiracy, people die. And I don't shy away from that. The lesson from Carr is this. If your story involves violence, make sure it serves character. Don't write violence for the shock value. Write it because it reveals something about who your protagonist is and what they're willing to do. Reece kills people, but every kill costs him something. Every name he crosses off the list takes him further from the man he was. That's what makes the violence meaningful. So how does Jack Carr show up in my work? I think about authenticity. I flew P-3 Orions on anti-submarine warfare missions. I worked in the Pentagon. I know what it's like when orders don't make sense, when you're told to fly away from a target you just found, when bureaucracy and politics overrides common sense. That's in my book Redacted. Jeff Coburn is investigating a military conspiracy, and he's up against a system that doesn't want the truth to come out. The details of how the military works, of how the records get redacted, how power protects itself. That's real. I lived it. I think about damaged protagonists. Carr's James Reece is broken. Brain damage, PTSD, survivor's guilt. But he's not defeated. He's still capable, still dangerous, still driven. It's like how I wrote Jolene in The Moth. She's fighting her addiction while she's hunting a vigilante. She's been through hell, but she refuses to quit. That's Carr's influence. Give your protagonist scars, but don't let those scars define them. Let the scars be the reason they keep fighting. Lastly, I think about stakes. Carr's books are personal. It's not just about stopping the bad guys. It's about Reece getting justice for his family, his teammates, the people he couldn't save. That's what I try to do. Jeff Coburn isn't just investigating his uncle's death. He's trying to resurrect his family's honor, to uncover a decades-old conspiracy, to make sense of the past that shaped his entire life. Make it personal, make it matter. That's the Carr way. So that's it. That's my take on Jack Carr and what I've learned from his work. If you've read The Terminal List or any of the other James Reece novels, drop a comment and let me know what you think. What did you learn from Carr's writing? And if you're writing military thrillers, crime fiction, or anything else that draws on your own lived experience, lean into it. Don't apologize for knowing your world. That authenticity is what makes your writing stand out. And if you want to learn more about my novels, military conspiracies, family secrets, and small-town corruption, head over to tjstecker.com and sign up for my newsletter. I've got updates on my publication journey and insights you won't find anywhere else. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Now go write something real.